yesterday we have seen some introduction and few points. Fine. Let us see from the textbook. Have you ever wondered why an elephant always gives birth only to a baby elephant and not some other animal? Or why a mango seed forms only a mango plant and not any other plant? In previous lecture I have asked that why chicken comes out from the hen's egg, not the other bird. Given that they two are the offsprings identical to their parents, according to the animals we say like that the offsprings of the animals are resemblance to them. But looking wise they are same, but characteristic wise they are different. But in human being, morphologically and genetically, the offsprings are totally differ from their parents. Or do they show differences in some of their characteristics? Yes. So first question's answer is no, and second question's answer is yes. Have you ever wondered why siblings sometimes look so similar to each other? So, if I am just telling to you that twins, so here actually twins are monozygotic and bizygotic, or we say that identical twins as well as non-identical twins. Identical twins are exactly similar to each other. But when you see the identical twins, they differ from each other genetically. Yes, morphologically they are same. But sometimes twins are look totally dissimilar to each other, morphologically as well as genetically. Fine. Or sometimes even so different? Yes. This and several related questions are dealt with scientifically, the branch of the biology known as genetics. Here, the genetics include the two words, inheritance and variation. The subject deals with the inheritance as well as the variation of the character from parents to offsprings. Inheritance is the process by which characters are passed on from the parents to the progeny. It is the basis of heredity. So inheritance is the basis of heredity. Variation is the degree by which progeny differ from their parents. So this is about the introduction. No any question is asked related to this information. Now you underline that humans knew from as early as 8000 to 1000 BC. BC is nothing but the before Christ. That one of the causes of variation was hidden in sexual reproduction. So humans knew that something is there in the sexual reproduction. This was inheritance as well as variation. But at that time, microscope was not invented. Cell cannot observe. As a result, we can't say at that time that this is due to the DNA. So in the 6th chapter, I will teach you the molecular basis of the inheritance. Why DNA is genetic material? How can you say that it is the genetic material? Which are the properties or which are the features can be proved by the genetic material? They exploited the variations that were naturally present in the wide population of the plants and animals to selectively breed and select organisms that possess desirable character. Since so many years, our forefathers and ancestors would select some animals and some plants, find which consist desired characters and allow to breed in between them. As a result, what happened? Before so many years, this agriculture, animal husbandry, fisheries, poultry farming was invented. For example, through artificial selection and domestication from ancestral wild cow, we have well-known Indian breed that is known as Sahiwal. See, Sahiwal, Jafrabadi, Mehsani, cow and buffalo species, different species are there. So Sahiwal cow in Punjab. So in Punjab, Sahiwal cow was originated by breeding method, artificial breeding method. We must, however, recognize that though our ancestors knew about the inheritance of characters and variation, they had a very little idea about the scientific basis of this phenomenon. So our ancestors had very little bit idea of the inheritance as well as variation, but later on it is proved by systematically. Now, Mendel's law of inheritance. Mendel, known as father of genetics. He worked on the Pisum sativum plant, that is garden pea plant. Actually, I can give the history of Mendel. See, Mendel was father of church. So when the church time was over, at that time, just behind the church, one garden was there. So in garden, he cultivated the Pisum sativum plant and he performed the experiments for 7 years, from 1856 to 1863. It is given in the textbook. So he worked on the Pisum setarum plant for 7 years, and according to the experiments performed on the Pisum setarum plant, he gave few conclusions. But why he select the Pisum setarum plant? See, Pisum setarum, that is garden pea plant, it is bisexual plant. We say that here bisexual flowers are originated. So as you know that according to the previous information, in garden pea plant, in flower, first Mendel was done emasculation. Then in the bud form, in the flower, he performed the bagging method. First, he removed the anthers and then bagging can be performed to prevent the contamination of the stigma. Then what he do? He select the pollen grain from the pollen grain consists of the desired character from the other plant, which consists the resembles character to it. Later on, I will tell you that Mendel performed the experiment on the Pisum setarum plant, and he had selected 7 contrasting characters, 7 pairs of contrasting characters, or you say that 14 characters for this plant. For example, in the dwarf plant, he performed the emasculation method. Bagging can be performed that allow the flower to grow, and after growing of the flower, after proper developing in the flower, he removed the bagging and then sprayed the tall plant pollen grains over it. Again bagging can be performed. Again bagging can be performed. Why? So previous bagging can be performed to prevent the undesired pollination. And after again bagging can be performed. Why? To prevent harassment to the post-pollinating events. What do you mean by post-pollinating events? You know that here from the dwarf plant, from the tall plant, we spread the pollen grains over the stigma of the dwarf plant. So pollen grain is coming in contact with the stigma. Pollen grain is germinated. Pollen tube is developed. Enter inside the style. Run through the style. Enter in the ovary, surrounded to the ovule, and allow the fertilization process. So these processes are performed in a particular way. That's why again bagging can be performed. Then Mendel showed that the seeds are developed. See, in first chapter, we will learn that after pollination, all the walls of the flower, out of that only pistil or gynoecium or carpel is attached to the flower. Dear all students, please remember that only and only on the female flower fruit is generated. So after pollination, calyx, corolla and androecium all are followed. Only gynoecium is attached to it. So from the ovary, fruit develops. So you think about that from the wall of the ovary, fruit wall is developed. So fruit wall is also known as pericarp. Then from the ovule, seed is generated, and you know that the covering of the seed, covering of the ovule, it is known as integument layers. So integument layers are transformed into seed pod, and then from the egg cell, embryo is generated. Fine. So Mendel performed the bagging method and allowed the flower to grow the seed on it. He isolated the seed from the flower and again implanted into into the soil and allow it to germinate and allow to grow at a adult stage. We observe that this plant is similar to the parents, and he concludes that something is there in the gamete or in the plant which maintains the inheritance. Fine. Mendel performed the experiment on the Pisum satarum plant. Why? Because it is easily cultivated in garden. It is easily grown in the garden. Self-fertilization, cross-pollination, all are very easy procedures in Pisum satarum plant. Along with that, after cross-pollination, the newly formed offsprings are totally fertile, and these fertile offsprings are further used for next experiments also. But here mathematical formula is used. Mathematical formula is used by the Mendel. So Mendel select the 7 pairs of the contrasting traits. Mendel was selected 7 pairs of contrasting traits. Contrasting traits means characters are opposite from each other. 7 pairs, or you say that 14 characters are selected there for Pisum satarum plant. Fine. So here the name of the character, and contrasting traits. See, contrasting traits નો મતલબ એવો છે કે બે કેરેક્ટર ઓપોઝિટ છે. Fine. So here 7 characters are there but 14 contrasting traits. Let me tell you. But here in contrasting traits you consider that one is dominant. and one is recessive, that is fixed. So let me tell you to all of you, you can't change this, okay? અહીંયા જે ડોમિનન્ટ છે એ ડોમિનન્ટ જ રાખવાનું છે, રિસેસિવ ને રિસેસિવ જ રાખવાનું છે. ફાઇન. Mendel selected 7 pairs of contrasting traits, also known as alleles. Alleles, also known as allelomorphs, also known as factors. Okay, but all these contrasting traits, alleles, allelomorphs, or factors, later on they are proved that these are nothing but genes, not a DNA. Please understand it. એ બધું જ બીજું કાંઈ જ નથી બટ જીન્સ છે. ફાઇન. લેટર ઓન ઇટ ઇઝ પ્રૂવ્ડ ધેટ. નાઉ which characters are there? Let me tell you. Stem height, or the length of stem. Fine. Tall and dwarf. Find stem height, tall and dwarf. In that tall is dominant. See, on the second page of our textbook, the diagrams are given that no one has to draw the diagram, but all of you have to remember these 7 contrasting traits. Fine. So tall is dominant, that is fixed, and dwarf is recessive. Second, flower position. Axial and terminal. As you know that axial flower, it means the flower is present in the axil. Fine. Axil is nothing but the angle between the stem and the leaf. So flowers are axial or flower is terminal. Terminal is on the tip of the branch. Fine. So axial is dominant and terminal is recessive, that is fixed. Now the flower color, violet and white. Fine. So violet is dominant and white is recessive. Then odd shape. For understanding purpose only. Fine. Inflated એટલે ફૂલેલી. pod એટલે શીંગ, flower. Sorry. pea pod. આપણે જે green peas, લીલા વટાણા માર્કેટમાંથી લઈએ છે એની વાત છે. The pod is totally inflated. એટલે આખું pod જે છે એ ફૂલેલું હોય and constricted means the small seeds are there. Then color of pod. Yellow and green. So green is dominant and yellow is recessive. And only two characters are left. Seed shape, round and wrinkled. Fine. And seed color, yellow and green. Fine. So pod is in that green is dominant, yellow is recessive, whereas in the seed color, the yellow is dominant and green is recessive. So you have to remember all these 7 characters. Fine, 7 characters, and out of this, all the characters which are dominant and which are recessive, you have to remember it perfectly. Fine. So here I can stop now. In next lecture, monohybrid experiment, I will continue with that.